Oh, let's get me out of there too. Look at that. Look at this production. Look how quickly problems are fixed. In the bottom left corner, for supply 0, it's the blue Protoss, Dolan. And in the top right, as the green Terran, Cinder Knight. So, the score is 1-1 currently in this Alpha Battleground. I don't have Nightbot set up for this. This is kind of spur of the moment, because we finished our tournament match early. But Ris3n is taking on Supply 0, so no, I don't think this is real Dolan. Considering Knight is a Diamond 2 player for Ris3n, so I'm intrigued to see how this plays out. Alpha Battlegrounds are just a fun way to have friendly clan wars with the Alpha format, which is of course Pro League. So you're gonna have a bunch of 1v1 matches. Your player wins the game. They score a point. First team, 3 points, takes the series. Knight scouts all over Dolan's base. And I mean, it's hard to tell what way this TV is gonna go. Obviously, Knight's gonna go into bio. Just how you play this matchup nowadays. Dolan could go for anything here. And he chooses Twilight Council. Now, this could still mean any number of things. There could be a Dark Shrine, or there could be Blink. Knight will get a scout. He's gonna hop up the cliff. Is he, though? Didn't go up the Reaper jump. You can always tap up the Reaper jump and see what's being built on this pylon, but it's Knight. I'm pretty sure you can always jump up this Reaper jump. Look, guys, it's a lazy spring afternoon. I could not be more chill right now. Knight loses the Reaper. Pretty much no scouting information, as we can see. You can assume this is a Cyber Core, clearly, but it is going to be a blink play out of Dolan. Robotics facility is thrown down as well. Warp Gate research finishes up for the Protoss. That was a weird little trade. I mean, both units took hull damage. For the Terran is he can drop a repair. Cyclone is going to be in tip-top shape. Those Stalkers, however, are not going to be tip-top shape as they walk right into a siege tank. Not like this. Charge on the way for the blue Protoss. He's going to go for a third base. And this has been a very peaceful match on Eternal Fire so far. Knight's getting out Banshee. It's getting out Cloak. Sometimes the follow command actually just fails to work. Look at that model. Look at the detail on that model. Banshee crashes into Dolan's Nat. It's engaged in one-on-one combat with the Soccer. Soccer blinks first. Oh no! It didn't kill a single probe. That was a promising start, but Knight didn't really micro the Banshee, so it's not going to get any damage done at all. Dolan sends out a hallucinated scout. It feels more expired than it should be. I think he might have paused it to deal with Banshee, but goes into the Nat. Cyclone picks it off. I don't know that 3 probes for a Banshee are a good trade. Dolan is slightly ahead in army supply. Worker count's even. Knight has his 3rd up. He's going to be dropping mule, so he's a little bit ahead in economy, but remember, his units are always going to trade in force against the Protoss. Well, not always. It depends on the positioning, it depends on force fields, a lot of factors. We're at the 7:30 mark. This is usually the time where the Terran is thinking about pushing out with Bio Tank. You can see Stim finishing up, you can see +1. But Knight... Okay, he is going to move out. I feel like he should have started maybe 10 seconds ago, so this is going to hit a little bit late. Dolan, like, hey, I didn't get attacked, look at this, I can throw down a 4th base. Getting charge lots warped into the field. A Dark Shrine has finished for a Protoss as well, and Dolan's actually going for Blink DTs. Protoss has 1-1 on the field. And our engagement's set up. I don't know that Knight has enough to break through here. Hallucinated Colossus is on the field. Knight isn't taking the bait, but Knight has also lost both his tanks. Oh no, he didn't get into the medevac retreat. Every unit goes down. Dolan holds the 4th. Two medevacs load up and head out for Knight. Dolan spreading units all over the map. Except a Warp Prism heads to the right, and these two are actually going to crash right into each other. There it is. Wasn't this awkward? Well, okay, so Dolan's noticed Knight's drop. I don't know if Knight has noticed Dolan's drop. Oh man. Absolutely brutal. One drop gets cleaned up with no damage. The second one does a little better, getting a supply depot and a couple workers. This one's dealing a ton of damage as over a dozen workers get picked off. Dolan pushes in the front while this is distracting Knight. Knight stims down the ramp. He will be able to clean up these Blink Stalkers. Dolan's not microing them at all. There he goes. He blinks back. 22 SCVs lost so far for Knight. That count keeps climbing. But it's actually not... It's not as much damage as you might think. You know, Terran has mules that he can rely on, and he's only about 11 workers down. The Protoss, though, does have 2-2. Knight has canceled and remade +2 several times now. This could have been a little bit farther along the progress track. Knight's going into Viking, going into Medevac. Dolan has a small force of stalkers, but I think this might be some bait for the tail. Holy Blink DTs! Artosis! Oh no! Look at this! That's so many Blink DTs. I don't know that I've seen this many Blink DTs in one place. I might have seen this many on a map because, like, they're spread out and hitting the Terran in different locations. But Dolan, with a straight face, is going into mass Blink DT. It's a shame Knight has missile turrets everywhere. Well, I guess they're Blink DTs, so they can just jump in on the turret, right? If only Knight had one Raven. DTs crash into the planetary. They're going to DPS it down very quickly. Knight stims forward. A lot of these Marines are pretty damaged. Let me put on my tinfoil hat. I think there's no detection with this army. If Dolan can blink onto the bio and get off like 3 swipes before Knight scans, everything melts. Actually, this is pretty bad as well. Knight has air dominance, but that doesn't really mean anything. Knight's army's totally evaporated. Dolan's going to continue pushing in. Why is my internet dying? Please. Internet, please. Blink forward from the Stalkers. And this is going to be it for Knight. "23 more SCVs are picked off. Dolan's in on the production. GG. Dolan. Score is 2-2. It's come down to the ace match. In the top left has the Fearless Pink Azure still fly. In the bottom right has the purple Protoss. It's Kami from Supply Zero. Kami sends out a probe scout. Still fly, of course. True to fashion is going to go for a pull first. Master Wonton does not endorse the views of this channel. Anything Master Wonton says may not necessarily reflect Renegade's opinion of the products presented, where discretion is advised. So, Kami's going for Cannon Rush. Stuff I asked for a pause! Not like this. Okay, he's getting a little lag. Stealthfly is playing on his wife's laptop, so Oh no.
Game resumed.
Oh, they didn't count down. They just resumed the game. Oh, I guess it was self-fly. Okay. Alright, so cannon dropped here for Kami. I mean, this is totally defendable considering Stillfy went pull first. He just has to react properly. I think he needs to get a Roach Warren, TBH. Why he no get Roach Warren? Oh no. No, this is not how you defend this properly. Uh-oh. It looks like Stillfly is getting a lot of damage done, but you see this finishing up back here? Yeah, there we go. Oh, he needs to bring the lanes in on that pylon! No! Cannon's finished. Stillfly cannot break this with lings anymore. Robotics facility thrown down. Spine moves to the low ground for Stillfly, but he probably would have been better served had he dropped a creep tumor and thrown the spine crawler on the high ground. This isn't actually going to be able to hit the cannon. Kami's cannon rush has been successful. Stillfly is finally getting out roaches, and he is left with almost no choice but to all-in. Broodlings are going to splash into the shields on the cannon. Stillfly is forced to retreat to the high ground. Stillfly's only mining on one gas, so he's going to be very limited in the roaches. He's supply blocked! Oh no! The attack from Stillfly is going to be delayed. Kami has dropped a proxy robo off to the right here. It's totally undefended. Actually, if Stillfly scouts this, he takes it down with his two Ravagers. Finally, the spine roots on the high ground. It's a little bit late to the party, but it can... Tee, I'm helping. Look at that. I helped cleaned up the cannon rush. That's what's going through that spine crawler's head. Stillfly scouts this. There is a cannon going up here. Immortal's halfway done. Stillfly is immediately sending the Roach Ravager here to clean up. But he can't unpower this. Wait, no, he can! No, he can't. There's a second pylon. Never mind. Yeah, so Immortal's gonna hit the field. No, Stillfly. Oh, it's the Immortal. The Immortal's trapped in the corner. File the Immortal. Nicely done. Stillfly takes down the proxy. And all of a sudden, Fortune has shifted. As Fortune often does, because Fortune favors the bold. And Stillfly is being very bold right now. He's actually bought himself enough time. He can throw down a second base if he wants to, but instead he's going to throw down a macro hatch that's about finished for him and attack into the wall of Kami. Kami, in the meantime, has gone for a Stargate. Stargate's about 70% of the way done. He just needs to hold on in the meantime while he tries to get that Void Ray out. Or Oracle. Probably a Void Ray. There's the Stargate, there's the Void Ray, Chrono Boost is dropped, and Stillfly is going to have a very hard time breaking this with only two Ravagers. The shield battery behind wall can heal these guys up forever. Oh no, Stillfly is continuing to commit. This is over. You can't break through Stillfly. Not like this. I don't know how I feel about the Void Ray going after the Ravagers. I think it should probably go after the Ogre. Well, yeah, I guess the Ravagers are a valuable target. Because the Lings can provide high ground. Shield battery energy is gone. Cannon's fallen. There's just not enough units. Well, I guess a couple Lings break in. Kami repairs the wall, but Stillfly's army is slaughtered to him, or Zergling, I suppose. And Kami feels confident enough to take a second base. Stillfly is taking a second base himself. Kami's a little bit supply blocked and floating a ton. He throws a robo front wall. Wait, why is he not dropping a second Nexus? I'm very confused here. There's 600 minerals in the bank for him. He is focusing on some Adept Micro right now, but not too hard. A lot of that damage splashed into the... And 5 drones total. You go down for Stillfly. Kami has a pretty good worker lead, but he's going to start mining. Here's the second Nexus for a Protoss. 2 Void Rays are going to zoom across the map. There will be Fiends and Spores to meet Void Rays. Stillfly has more than enough to defend. Creep is uniting Stillfly's main. Means we'll be able to get a quick response off. Kami's Void Rays were totally ineffectual. They did like 0 damage. They're going to head home in shame and honor. I mean, from a certain point of view, you could say, well, Stillfly could have taken a third, and the Void Rays were stopping him taking a third, but I don't think Stillfly was actually at getting up a third gas on Nat, and that's it. That's all he's doing. He's not teching up. He's gotten a lot of spores and a third gas on his Nat. But I feel like Stillfly might have overinvested in this a little. Kami totally stopped Void Ray production at 2. He is instead transferring to Robotics Facility. Stillfly's going for Hydra. They aren't the greatest versus Depths, but with the small unit count that Kami has here, if Stillfly finishes that Hydra Den... Oh no.
Game paused.
Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-dum, ba- da-da-da-dum, dum, bum.
Game resumed.
See, Kami saying that love is more important. I couldn't disagree more. There's only StarCraft. There's time for love after StarCraft. You know what I mean? Okay, so Stillfly actually just didn't make Hydra. Yeah, he didn't have the cash to. He's going for a Roach defense instead. Luckily, the Spore means he can see that these aren't real Archons, as can his units. Wait, he's gonna hold here. The Immortals aren't focusing the Roaches, they're focusing the Queens, which are going to absorb an extra couple shots. Only 1 sentry left. A couple of Depths come to shield for the Immortals. I mean, if Stillfly pulls the drones to defend, he can, no, that Warpin sealed the deal, I think. 16 lings are on the production tab, but Kami's just done too much damage. Nine drones fall. Kami looks like he's been pushed back, but he was just microing with the warp prism, and he's gonna get another warp in done. GG, well played is called. Kami is going to take the series. To 2. All right, I think, I don't know. Should I go back to laddering? I don't think so. I think we're gonna raid into some. I've been Renegade. You guys so much for watching. I'll see you next one.
Born from the ashes, 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 born from the